Okay, let's now have a think about what an order looks like and how an order relates to a product. So we'll take it one step at a time. First, let's look at orders. I've created a little file here just so you've got a visual to look at as I talk through this. So we're going to need an order entity. We'll need an orders table in the database. Choose high definition for the best viewing experience, and if you'd like to join a growing group of software developers and take your skills to a new level, all you need to do is subscribe, click the little notification icon, and welcome. And I've gone through and I've thought about the fields which would be needed for our minimal product that we're coming up with. And so I'm going to keep delivery address, delivery name and delivery details with the order for the time being. Because like I say, we're just creating a minimal product and I'm happy for it to stay there because we're not going to have user records for our minimal product. It's going to be where you can order as a guest, and so we can add delivery details to the order, I think, doing it that way. Okay, so obviously we're going to need an ID, that's a given. Then we're going to need a delivery address, so I'm not going to split it down, I'm just going to have one big string or one big text, and that will take care of the whole delivery address, zip code, postcode, whatever you want to call it. Delivery name, so this will be the person who it's being delivered to, obviously. I've thought about something like delivery status, you know, is it dispatched, is the order delivered, whatever. And like I say, we're just looking at a minimal product, and what were our minimal requirements? We said we wanted to place an order, visit a page, hit a buy it now button. That will take us to a checkout page and complete an order, pay for it, and that's all we wanted to do. So and that's all we are going to do for the time being. When we go on to building out the more larger e-commerce solution that we're going to do after we've created this minimal product and got this minimal product through the door, then we can look at things like order statuses and stuff like that. But for now, it doesn't actually fit the needs of our minimal product, so let's just leave it out. Don't get sidetracked by things like this. It's very easy, and you see developers do it all the time, think, oh, this would be a nice to have. Just stick to the script. You know, we've decided what our minimal product's going to be. Stick to the script. Created that, and that's just by default. I'm going to have created that on all of our tables because I think it's just the best way to go. It makes it easier to go and just quickly check things if you have anomalies, data anomalies and stuff like that. And then these sort of fall into the same category as what I'd say status do. They're nice to have. They can form part of our larger e-commerce solution when we move on to that. But for our minimal product, we don't need to be dealing with discounts or saying dispatched at. We'll just leave those out for now. And so that brings us on to the relationship between an order and a product. So you'd think that probably the most common way of doing this would be to have like a join table and a many-to-many relationship and model it that way. And so we are going to do something similar, but not quite. The many-to-many relationship and the join table, what you would do is you would have the products table, and you've got the orders table, and then you'd have a join table which has an order ID and a product ID and a many-to-many relationship between the two. However, what we're going to do is actually have a order products table, which will have a many-to-one relationship with orders and also a many-to-one relationship with products. And that just gives us, by actually modeling this and having its own entity, what it does is it gives us a bit more flexibility. We can add more data to it, because when you create an order, you want to know what price was paid for that item, because it might not be the same price all the time. You might have discounts and things like that. You want to know when it was created at, because you might have an order which is created at some point, and then items might actually get added to the order at a later date or at a later time. And so you want to really be able to track that. One other consideration I thought about, in fact, we'll go through these one by one. So we're going to need a order ID, which will reference the orders table. We'll have a product ID, which reference the products table. In fact, this will have its own ID. And so, yep, this will have its own ID because it's its own entity. We'll need to know the price that was paid. Now, this is interesting. I thought about quantity. For example, if you want to have 2 of the same products added to the order, However, the thing with having quantity and just recording all of the products, if you have 3 of the same product on an order, is that if you start removing products and things like that, then it can get messy. What I prefer to do is just, if you have three certain products, 3 of the same products related to an order, just create 3 records in the order product table. If you want to do stuff like buy one get one half price, then it's much easier to record how much has been paid for each item when you do stuff like that. And so I think that will do us. Remove that. Yes, later on we will look at removing items from orders, but for now let's just keep it simple, and we'll have those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 items on our order product entity. Okay, in the next one what we'll do is we'll go and have a nice gentle start. We'll go and create an order entity, and we'll test that an order can be created, an order can be updated, and an order can be deleted. I'll see you in that one. If you've enjoyed this video and you'd like YouTube to show you more of my content, all you need to do is subscribe and click the little notification icon. I release new recordings every few days. Details of my schedule can be found on the community tab of my YouTube channel homepage.